6 tonight, you're going to love this story. A local police officer goes above and beyond to give a little boy who suffered horrific abuse a better life. As 5 News reporter Joe Ellison tells us, this little boy can now call Poteau police officer Jody Thompson by an even better name, Dad.
2 years ago, an officer here at the Poteau Police Department was called out on a child abuse case. They say it's one of the worst they've seen. Now, what the officer did next is something that is setting such a high standard for those in law enforcement.
What was the moment that you knew that this was your son?
When I seen him in that house, I knew.
Poteau patrolman Jody Thompson adopted now 10-year-old John Thompson. Back in 2015, the officer took the boy to the hospital and waited by his side as he recovered in the intensive care unit. Investigators say John was bound in a barrel, starved, and they believe at the hands of his biological parents. John's a straight-A student now and in the gifted and talented program, and he sure loves his dad.
He was helpful to me. He's the reason I'm here right now.
Officer Thompson's family was already growing at the time, but he learned John's biological mom gave birth in jail to a baby girl. The Thompsons took her in as well.
So we picked her up at the hospital. She was barely 24 hours old and brought her home.
Poteau Police Chief Stephen Fruin says the community deserves to hear this officer's story.
All of us sit back and say that we would do the same in that situation, but you know, to come through with it and to do that, that's the measure of a man, I think. Great police officer, very good police officer.
In Poteau, covering the news where you live, Joe Ellison, 5 News.
Wow. Everything that little boy's been through, and he's only 10.
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's a lover of Pokemon, and John wanted everyone to know that he and his dad are going to the Oklahoma Aquarium this weekend.
We hope you have a great time with
Yeah.
that. Officer Thompson says John doesn't let the situation he was in define him. Says every day he's amazed at the kid he's become, and he's proud of him, of course.